Hello and welcome to another video from the Spurs 9501 channel, the final say on all things Tottenham. Spurs have had an exciting end to the January transfer window, and in today's video, we are going to take a look at the new arrival, Dejan Kulushevski. Kulushevski arrives at Spurs from Juventus on an 18-month loan, which will cost €10 million. According to Fabrizio Romano, Tottenham also have an option to buy him at any point of this loan for a further €35 million, while this will become an obligation to buy at the same price if certain conditions are met with regard to appearances or Champions League qualification. It must be noted that Kulushevski has long been admired by both Fabio Paratici and Antonio Conte, and the Spurs director of football has made use of his contacts quite well at his former club to bring in this exciting young player. This, of course, now begs the question: who is Dejan Kulushevski? Kulushevski is a 21-year-old Sweden international with 20 caps to his name already. He first came to prominence in the 2019-2020 season when he was on loan at Parma from Atalanta. Kulushevski was then snapped up by Juventus in January of 2020 for €35 million before being sent back on loan to Parma for the rest of the season. His excellent performances during that season in Serie A won him the Serie A Best Young Player award, with 10 goals and 9 assists that virtually single-handedly kept Parma up that season. However, he arrived at Juventus with Maurizio Sarri, the manager who had signed him, having been sacked. The Swede then struggled under Andrea Pirlo and Max Allegri in successive seasons, failing to adapt to their demands and tactics, and this therefore opened up the possibility of an exit, along with Juventus' purchase of Dusan Vlahovic for €75 million this month. Thus, with both Paratici and Conte as huge admirers from their time in Italy, Spurs were able to swoop in and end his misery in Italy. Now let's take a look at Kulushevski's strengths, traits and qualities on the pitch. The 21-year-old is primarily a left-footed attacking midfielder or winger. He has generally been used off the right flank when played out wide, or as a number 10 centrally behind a striker. Kulushevski is an extremely strong dribbler and ball carrier. He has consistently ranked among the top players in Serie A for carries and dribbles according to FBref. He is a player who thrives in open space, where he can utilize his speed and aforementioned dribbling ability to get away from opposition markers, and should therefore theoretically fit well into Conte's approach. One of his most attractive traits for Conte is his work rate off the ball. Kulushevski is one of the most aggressive and intense pressers among attacking players in Europe, and has also regularly come out on top for distance covered in matches. He also has excellent movement, and combined with his superb ball carrying ability, this makes him a genuine threat when running in behind opposition defenses, especially when coming infield from the right flank. Now, knowing the kind of player he is, we need to try and figure out if he can fit into Conte's tactics. Antonio Conte has generally preferred a 3-5-2 shape during his career when playing with a 3-man defense. However, he has already adapted a little bit at Spurs and has been employing a 3-4-3 instead, to get the best out of the likes of Son, Lucas Moura as well as Harry Kane. It is interesting to note that one of the reasons why Kulushevski turned down a move to Conte's Inter Milan when he was at Atalanta was because he did not see a natural fit within the 3-5-2 system that Conte used at Inter. Kulushevski sees himself as a number 10 or a wide player, and thus the 3-4-3 system that Conte is using at the moment at Spurs would work well for him. However, Spurs have also brought in his Juventus teammate Rodrigo Bentancur in this window, who is a midfielder much more suited to playing in a 3-5-2. Conte therefore has some big decisions to make and some thinking to do if he is to effectively accommodate both January arrivals in Spurs' first choice 11. So, to summarize, Spurs have brought in a young and exciting player who has struggled a little over the last 18 months, and so is raring to go and prove himself as being one of the most exciting young talents in world football. He has numerous traits such as his speed, hard work, pressing and movement that make him extremely attractive to Antonio Conte. He adds a pacey, direct option to the Spurs squad and gives them a quality alternative to Lucas in the starting 11. However, it still remains to be seen as to how Conte manages to get the best out of him, and it may require some tactical tinkering from the Italian in the weeks to come. We hope you liked this video, and if you did, please consider liking it, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel. Stay tuned for more content on Spurs, including a similar analysis of the other January arrival, Rodrigo Bentancur, and thank you for watching.